Most retirees think market crashes are something you just ride out. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The biggest retirement losses don't come from the crash itself. They come from when the crash hits you. And today I'm going to show you how high net worth retirees, even with 7 figures saved, protect their retirement from market crashes without guessing the market, without timing top, and without living in fear of the next headline. But before I show you the solution, let me walk you through the mistake that quietly destroys retirement plans. Imagine 2 retirees, same age, same portfolio, same investments. Now imagine the market drops 30%. One of them recovers, the other struggles to recover financially. Same market, same crash. Totally different outcome. Why? Because one of them understood a risk that Wall Street rarely talks about. And once you understand it too, you'll never look at retirement investing the same way again. Here's what most people believe. If the market crashes, it'll come back. And yes, historically, that's true. But what's not true is that your retirement automatically recovers with it. Because retirement isn't about average returns. It's about sequence of returns risk. And this is where most retirement plans quietly fall apart. See, if you're still working and contributing, a crash is annoying, but manageable. But if you're retired or retiring soon, a crash in the early years can permanently damage your income stream. Why? Because now you're pulling money out while the market is down. And that means selling more shares at the worst possible time, which leaves fewer shares behind for the recovery. Less shares means less growth, less income, and more stress, and a retirement that quietly shrinks year after year. Most people don't realize this until it's too late. So if market crashes are inevitable and timing is out of your control, the real question is, how do you protect your retirement savings without giving up growth? Let's walk through 5 ways to do exactly that. Step 1. Stop using one bucket for everything. One of the most common mistakes we see is people putting all their retirement money in one big portfolio and assuming diversification will save them. Stocks, bonds, funds, ETFs. Sounds smart, right? But here's the problem. When income, growth, and safety all come from the same pot, everything is exposed at the same time. That's not real diversification. That's concentration risk pretending to be a strategy. Smart retirees don't do this. They separate their money by purpose, typically into 3 buckets. The first is the income bucket. This is designed to pay you more consistently across different market environments. The second is the safety bucket, which can help reduce downside exposure during market declines. And third is the growth bucket, which is positioned for long-term upside. So why does this matter? Because when the next crash hit, you're not forced to sell your growth assets just to pay the bills. Your income keeps coming in. Your growth assets get time to recover, and a potential crisis becomes just a minor inconvenience. This is exactly what we help clients design at Vertical Wealth Management, a crash-resistant strategy built around purpose, not guesswork. So now that you've separated your money by purpose, what's the next step? Step 2, protect principal without parking everything in cash. When markets feel shaky, most people do one of 2 things. They panic and sell, or they move everything into cash. Both are mistakes. Cash might feel safe, but it quietly loses purchasing power to inflation every year. So what do smart retirees do instead? They use structured protection. There are financial tools that can offer some exposure to market growth, seek to limit downside in certain conditions, and support a more predictable income plan, though trade-offs and risks still apply. And no, this isn't about locking all your money in annuities or CDs. It's about using the right tools for the right jobs. Some money is designed to grow, while some is designed to protect income. Trying to make one tool do both is where most people go wrong. We don't ask, what's the best investment? Instead, we ask, what job does this money need to do? That shift changes everything. Because when income is protected, fear disappears, confidence returns, and market noise stops dictating your life. Once you're thinking about the right tools for the right jobs, the next question is, how do you make sure your income stays positioned to help reduce downside in different market conditions. Step 3, build income that doesn't depend on the market. Or this is a big one because you can't protect your retirement savings without protecting your income. If your income depends on market performance, every crash becomes a threat. But if your income is designed and predictable, crashes lose their power. Because safety doesn't come from a big account balance, it comes from knowing your essential bills are covered. Even when markets are volatile, when income is secure, you don't panic, you don't sell low, you don't abandon your long-term plan. And ironically, that's what lets your portfolio recover faster. But even with protected income, there's another invisible threat that can quietly drain your savings over time. And that's taxes. Step 4. Taxes, the crash you don't see. Coming market crashes are loud, but tax mistakes are silent and often more costly over time. Here's why. During market downturns, many retirees pull more income than usual, and more income can push you into a higher tax bracket. Higher taxes equal less take-home money, which leads to more withdrawals. And that creates a vicious cycle of damage most people don't plan for. Protecting your savings isn't just about where you invest. It's about how your income is taxed. Different accounts are taxed in different ways. A smart planning coordinates your taxable accounts, your tax-deferred accounts, and your tax-free strategies, so you avoid triggering unnecessary taxes in retirement. This is the kind of real-world planning that cookie-cutter strategies often miss. Now that we've covered market losses and taxes, let's talk about the biggest trap of all. Step 5. Stop relying on hope as a strategy. At the end of the day, most people's retirement plans boil down to one thing: hope. Hope that the markets cooperate. Hope that inflation stays low. Hope that taxes don't go up. And hope that nothing goes wrong. But hope is not a plan. Protection comes from intentional design, and the people who protect their retirement savings from crashes do 5 key things. They separate money by purpose, they protect income first, they use structured protection instead of panic. The coordinate income and taxes, they build approaches designed for a range of market conditions. This isn't about being conservative, it's about being prepared. So imagine this the next time the market drops. You check your accounts, and depending on how your plan is built, your income may be more stable, your bills may still be covered, and your plan may stay on track. And instead of panic, you feel calm. That's what real retirement protection feels like. If you're 55 years or older, have $300,000 or more in investable assets, and want to see how this crash-resistant approach can work for you, here's what to do next. Just click the link below this video to either schedule a private retirement strategy call with our team at Vertical Wealth Management, or watch a short video that explains how we help clients manage risk and pursue long-term growth. No pressure, no product pitch, just clarity and confidence in your next steps. Because retirement isn't about beating the market, it's about helping you stay invested through downturns.